Assalamu alaikum, and welcome to my blog. Um, it's been about 2 months now since I did my Shahada, and things have been really fantastic. There's been a lot of talk around my friends about people treating them badly because, especially my girlfriends, because they wear hijab. So I just want to say that I haven't had any problems with wearing hijab, and I really think that attitude has a lot to do with it. I still walk around with my head held high. I smile at people, look at them in the eye, make eye contact, say hello to them, and I'm just overall really friendly. My cat is climbing up my door right now as I'm making this vlog, so if you hear a lot of commotion in the background, it's the cat climbing up the door. But back to what I was saying, I think a lot of issues that many people have, many, minorities, and we're certainly considered a minority being Muslim, is that we have to change our attitude as well. When we change our attitude, I think that we'll also have a lot of different changes towards us. Case in point, just a few weeks ago, I was in Costco with my husband, and a woman stopped dead in her tracks. She was pushing a car, and she stopped dead in her tracks, and she turned to stare at me. And, I'm a pretty, funny person. So I just sort of walked straight over to her child that was in the cart and said, "Hey, aren't you the cutest little tyke there is?" And her whole attitude changed. And it's like we connected as women talking about her child. And, she saw I wasn't some terrorist person, or, there's no bombs strapped around my neck under my hijab. I'm just a normal person. So I'll, walk around and keep my head up high and say hi to people, look them in the eye, no problems. And a friend of mine that I have, I notice that she lowers her gaze constantly, and she drops her head down as she's walking, and she seems to get a lot of negativity, a lot of negative responses. Her child has on many occasions been taunted when they've noticed that she was Muslim and wearing hijab, and that she was the mother. And I think that, a lot, like I said, a lot of it has to do with attitude. If she changed her attitude, maybe she won't have as much negativity being shown to her. The other thing that has, and I actually wrote about this in my blog just today, and it was something that struck me the other day. I was watching a documentary, or maybe it's a reality show, I don't know what you would classify it, called 30 Days Living as a Muslim. And a white Christian West Virginian man went to Dearborn, Michigan, and went to live with a Muslim family for 30 days. And I was watching the beginning of it, and the guy who does the show, I'm sorry, I don't remember his name, I don't watch it that often, he was doing a word association with people on the street, and when he'd say Muslim, people would say terrorist. The first thing that came to their head was terrorist, fear, scared, all these negative things on the same topic. So he would say terrorist, and the first thing that came to everyone's mind was Muslim. We're constantly being shown in the media as being negative. We're constantly being thought of and as people to be feared and to be scared. So I thought, we need to create a movement. We need to change, Oprah always says, you have to reinvent yourself. And I think that that's something that we need to do, especially in the post 9/11 society, is we do need to reinvent ourselves. And I think that, if we were to get out there and we were to start doing things with people, like handing out sandwiches, get a whole bunch of Muslims together and do nothing but hand out sandwiches, no Quranic phrases, no, hey, we're Muslim, and so, you have to eat these sandwiches, or you have to hear our words. No, just hand out a sandwich and maybe a bottle of water or something to people during lunchtime. And it's something so simple. And if we all were to get together and do it, say, on one day, we would actually make a movement. And what would be a better thing to be in the press is something positive. And I know that the press feeds off of negativity, something I've discussed many, many times on my radio show. about how the only things that make it to media is negativity, because that's what we or people seem to be seeking for. But if we start to make a difference, if we start to truly make something that the media will take note of, I think that we will start seeing a difference in people's reactions to us. So that was just a thought. Interested to hear your points of view, and that's about it for today. Oh, and I did want to say my husband took his Shahada a couple weeks ago. So alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum. See you later.